Hi, I'm Abby McHugh-Griffa, Executive Director of the Climate Solutions Accelerator. And in my last video, I talked a lot about all the many events we have going on this month. So in this video, I'm going to go back to talking about some of the big ideas that I have learned over the past 10 years of doing this work. And actually, I'm going to try to weave together two main ideas. One being that if we want to be effective catalysts for systemic transformational change in our economy and our energy system, we need to be willing to change ourselves. And the second being a question, I suppose. What if the solution to climate change is love? Okay, so hang with me here as I try to weave these together. So if you watch these videos on a regular basis, you hear me talking about the need for transforming our economy, transforming our energy system, and focusing on systems level solutions. And I absolutely still believe that to be true. And I am coming to understand that in order to do that effectively, we need to be willing to change ourselves and do things differently ourselves and show up differently in the world ourselves. So there's a lot of personal work that goes into being an effective agent for transformational systems level change. And I think I'm kind of a pretty decent poster child for this, because me of 10 years ago was a totally different person from me today. And I'm pleased to report that I like me today better, and I'm happier, and my relationships are generally kind of healthier and more symbiotic. So I've been also inspired in thinking about this recently by the work of Bell Hooks, who defines love as the will to extend oneself for the purpose of nurturing one's own or another's spiritual growth. So in other words, she's saying that to love is to kind of try to support someone else's spiritual growth, and to love yourself, support your own spiritual growth. She also makes the case that we are living in a world of lovelessness, where many people don't know what it means to love, maybe have never experienced love themselves. And this starts to make some sense, right? When you think about how in our culture, the American culture, we somehow think that it's normal and natural for relationships to be kind of based on domination and control, right? We have this energy system and economy that's based on extraction and exploitation. And I don't know, for me, that's not the world I want to live in, and it doesn't seem like a world where we are really keeping love at the center of our relationships with each other and with the planet. So I feel a little weird talking about this, though, because me of 10 years ago, just like these words would not have come out of my mouth. And I'm embarrassed to say that back then I had the opportunity to interact with some more experienced local environmentalists who were talking about this stuff. And I kind of just was like, I don't know about that. I didn't feel real comfortable, honestly, with them or their ideas, and I just couldn't relate, because I was still kind of in this standard American paradigm focused on individualism and competition and kind of just, being more on the rational side, maybe the scientific side, rather than the spiritual side. So this transformation that I've even experienced of being willing to explore these ideas is something in and of itself. And also more and more where I want to spend my time and energy kind of supporting and helping other people. But we continue to live in this American culture that promotes a very different idea. So to support others in this journey, I am thinking of as an act of love, but then also in terms of being willing to extend myself. That just means being willing to be the kind of oddball who says these things out loud, even though it is uncomfortable, even though it is countercultural. But this is where my invitation to you comes in. Because if there is one thing that I would really love right now, it is to have more people asking the question, what if we did keep love at the center of all of our decisions, right? All of our relationships. What if we really did invest time and energy into learning how to love ourselves and love each other and love the planet? How would that transform things? And if we were willing to spread that around to others in a loving way, of course, in a consensual way, we can't force this stuff down anyone's throat, to be sure, but to invite others into exploring what it means to deepen relationships based on love and to center our action and our activism in love. So, I don't know how good a job I did threading those together. It's still, honestly, just not something I feel well equipped to talk about. Which is why I would love to talk with you more about it, for us all kind of to get better at this stuff together in community, so that I don't have to be the weird one. Those other people, from a couple of years back who I thought were weird, that they don't have to be the weird ones anymore. But this can start to become the normal language of just what it means to be a normal American. So that's quite a project, but I hope that you will join me in it. And I don't know, we can love each other. See, doesn't that feel weird to say? But I mean it. And I think there's something worth exploring there. So please help me out with that. Thanks.